Hey, welcome Carlos. So I'm only doing this live on Instagram to let people know that I'm live on YouTube. I'll be putting the live only on YouTube. So this is just a notification on Instagram for all my Instagram followers. So if you don't know where my YouTube channel is, just go to the link in my bio and click on the YouTube play icon on the bottom right. Okay. Well, it's on the top, but next to the bottom right of all my information at the top. So you just have to look for the YouTube play button. And once you find that icon, just tap on it and you will see the YouTube channel there. Right, Carlos? So hopefully I can see you in the YouTube channel stream. Perfect. Okay. Hey Dion, hey Adriana, what's up, what's up? Good evening, good evening. Hassan, welcome, welcome. Make sure both of you guys, Carlos and Hassan, go to the YouTube channel, not Instagram here. I'm only notifying people that I am live on YouTube to all my Instagram followers for the people who are not subscribed yet to the YouTube channel. And Lolito, YouTube, Lemur, what's up, what's up? Guys, join the YouTube channel. I'm live right now on YouTube. This is just a notification for all my Instagram followers that I am live on YouTube. All right? G Lopez, what's up? What's up? Guys, go to my YouTube channel. Go to the link in my bio on Instagram. All right? So exit out this live, go to the link in my bio, and click on the YouTube channel icon. Right? The YouTube icon. Click on it and you'll be right at my YouTube channel where I am live currently right now. So go ahead and roll on over to YouTube. So hopefully I should be seeing 0 people here right now. 0 people on Instagram, which you guys have seen this live right now on Instagram. And for people on YouTube, thank you all for waiting patiently. We'll be starting in about maybe about 3 minutes here to let people know that I'm live here. So everyone on Instagram, go to the YouTube channel. If you guys are on YouTube already, like the live stream video. Let me know that you guys are here. Let me know. Carlos, what's up? What's up? All right, so I think we've got a good amount of people here. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the Instagram live here now. People are heading towards YouTube here, so. Okay, all right. How is everyone's night going? Let me lower the.
Oops.
I'm going to click Siri. All right, can everyone hear me clearly? I'm using my mic, so you guys should be able to hear the music as well, along with my voice. I do have a booming voice, so if you guys can hear me, then you might just have to increase your volume on your own devices there. Adriana, you said, what a roller coaster day. Yeah, it was. Well, yeah, it was during the Fed meeting and stuff like that in the conference. But it was there's a lot of tight action today. And obviously we had that volatility later on during power hour. And not power hour, excuse me, during an hour before power hour, actually. So, and for the people who aren't subscribed yet, guys, make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys can get notified that I am live either through the YouTube app or through your your emails as well. So, everyone give a thumbs up and like the video if you guys can hear me clearly and if you guys can hear the music in the background. Okay, you guys should be able to hear my voice really clearly. All right, so let me know. Let me know through your likes and your comments before we start here. Okay, okay. All right. Let's get it tomorrow. All right. Okay. So, let's go ahead and start here. So let's kind of go over the markets today after, you know, the Fed meeting, the FOMC, right? And the fact that we already got our anticipated, well, we got confirmation that they're going to start raising interest rates at half a percentage point, right? So 0.50. And I believe it was the first, well, not first, but, well, the first hike in since, I think, 2000, the year 2000. So, you know, that's something to look out for. There were questions about whether or not it's going to raise it to 75 basis point, but I don't know about that just yet. I think, like I said before, the Federal Reserve is literally just testing out the water at this point because they made this mistake of you know, constantly pumping money into the markets when they should have just pumped it up for a bit, right? And then stopped, right? You know, they stopped buying government bonds and etc., right? But, you know, you can't really erase the past, right? They just had to try to fix what they've done so far with this inflation, this runaway inflation that we're seeing, which at this point now, it's turning out to be entrenched inflation soon. We've been showing signs of that. So I think at some point, you know, the Federal Reserve will have to go a little bit stronger than 50 basis point, but who knows? With this interest rate hike and you know, the multiple other hikes that they're expected to do just this year and next year may solve the problem here. Who knows? All right. But one sector that I was looking at, oil. Okay, so oil has been kind of it's been one of the fastest, and I think it is the fastest. Well, one of the fastest, or top three. I think it was top three. I don't remember the chart, but I think it was the top most increased commodity in the world right now was oil, right? And the price just you know, shot up the last few months with gas and oil, and gas was actually moving up today, even as we got an interest rate hike. So, are the markets telling us that the 50 basis point hike is not enough? Because the way that they're acting today, based off of this news, was, well, they think that inflation is still going to be entrenched, and that oil prices are going to continue to move up no matter what the Fed does, right? And that sounds scary, to say the least. And but who knows, right? Everything was moving to the upside today after SPY broke above the 418.50 level that we were watching for, and you know, this is where we broke out. And for all my CFO Swing Watch members, we got in on this candlestick right here for SPY at this breakout. I think around right here, like around here, like 420. I think the break of 422 and a little higher. So we basically waited for confirmation, right? But even if you got at the end, even if they got in at the end of this candlestick, they still could have made money. Because we had an absolute humongous breakout here, more than 9 points here, all right, just based off of these last few hours, okay, in the market. So, you know, if you guys played that, congratulations. For the people who are not in the CFO Swing and Watch, you guys should join. We make some amazing plays, but remember, we don't play when the market is looking very volatile or if there's no clear direction. Okay, so we only play, especially day trades, right? So let me say this: especially day trades, we only play them when we see an actual opportunity. Okay, and obviously for swing trades too, but day trades especially, since you have to be in and out very, very quickly. Okay, but yeah, when we see opportunity, we take it. Okay, and today was one of those days where we decided to take the opportunity for this breakout, and we saw a nice big pump upwards. Okay, so we had a nice, I think like 123 to 124 risk to reward for our play there. So that was an amazing trade. Okay, so that's kind of it for today for SPY. We have heavy resistance coming up around 430 because the whole number is around 430. And if we decide to break tomorrow above 430, then we'll see resistance around this 21 SMA area, because that is our next level of resistance that we need to break through if we're going to see a huge reversal. Okay, but like I said, weekly time frame, we're still making a nice bullish flag, right? Where do you see the bullish flag, Andrew? Is what you might be asking me here. Well, here it is. Here's the flagpole. Here's the flag, right? The flagpole is created by the ascending channel chart pattern that we've been looking at for the past 2 years, right? And then our flag here, right, is made by this descending level of resistance and descending level of support. And so far this week, we've had a nice bounce. And guess what I told my CFO Swing and Watch members on Sunday? That I want to see a green week. And guess what? We got it, right? And so since we have a nice green week so far, I can't predict what's going to happen tomorrow or Friday or how we're going to end this week. Okay? I just want to see a green week. That's it, right? I just want to see a nice green weekly candlestick printed on here on the weekly time frame, so that we have more confirmation that there's a potential for us to move to the downside. And obviously, if we end up like this, just like this candlestick right now, right? Very, very bullish green candlestick, a nice bounce at this descending level of support. Okay, that's great, right? Because there could be a potential for us to keep on moving higher for the next 2 to 3 weeks until we retest this descending level of resistance and then reject again, right? Because if we do come back above to this descending level of resistance and reject off of it, that gives us more confirmation that we're going to the downside, right? I mean, obviously we're still in the downtrend, but we get even more confirmation. And where do we get our first confirmation, you say? Right over here, right? So after a nice bounce and a hold of this descending level of resistance, support, for the next 2 weeks, we headed straight up, right? And then we retested this descending level of resistance, which is why we have our resistance trend line, right? So thanks to this point here and then to our all-time high point, we connected those two anchor points here, and we have our trend line. So there's a possibility that we can do the same thing that we did back in mid-March. Okay, so in order for us to really push up higher, we need to see a lot more bulls coming in, and for us to finish bullish this week. And next week we will probably get a tighter range, just like this candlestick right here. And depending on where we end up, either at 430 or above 430, we can see a nice smaller range candlestick, and then an even smaller range in the next 2 weeks. And we can see the same action here, okay, where we retest this level of resistance around 448 to around 450 and then reject. Okay, so that's kind of a broader picture outlook on the overall markets. Obviously it'll be great if we have another run up tomorrow. Well, we continuously have run up until the end of the week, and then next week we have another green week as well. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? So just keep on watching out for this weekly flag. And then I want to talk about ASAN. So I posted this on my Instagram as well, but my CFO Swing Watch members all know the entire analysis I've done on this name. So For all the people who are in the CFO Swing Watch, make sure you guys go over ASAN again. But this company, technical wise, it looks great. Okay, I posted this on my Instagram as well. And today we got a nice big burst in volume. I actually don't want that. I actually didn't want this at all. So here's something interesting, okay? So in order for this name to break out, I didn't want just one big single candlestick with huge volume. I wouldn't have minded this nice bullish candlestick today if there was no big volume, because today's volume was double the average volume. If you guys take a look at the left corner here, right where my cursor is at, it says volume right here, right? You can clearly see that today we had a volume of 6 million, right? 6.04, and the average volume was around 3.65. Okay, so it's about a double of a volume there. And the reason why I didn't want that big, shot in volume to the upside is that if I want to see a nice breakout, a nice slow momentum breakout to the upside, I want to see stair-stepping volume to the upside. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Well, if I take a look at the previous breakout where we got in from my CFO Swing Watch members, okay, back in mid-February, early February, but this right here, okay, do you guys see how, we're moving up higher, right? We're moving up higher, okay? And if you take a look at the volume here, what do you see here? Stair-stepping volume, right? Instead of this one big volume peak, right? Because when we have volume peaks like this, usually the volume just dies down the next day. And I don't want to see that, right? So I want to see a proper breakout, an ideal breakout where we don't have a big volume breakout like this, okay? Above 31, okay? And I want to see stair-stepping increasing volume, right? Where we see, this initial attempt at a breakout and the volume was okay. And then when we actually broke out of this range above 54 and 55, we saw increasing volume from the previous day. And then the next day where we continued to move up, right, we saw another increase in volume as well, right, compared to the previous day. So this is what I want to see, right? I don't want to see a big blast in volume all of a sudden on a random day like today, where the markets just basically pushed every single name up today, as the entire markets went up more than 1%, which is huge. All right, so if you guys understand that and understood that, give me a thumbs up. So for ASAN, I want to see a nice big breakout above 31, okay? And eventually a nice stair-stepping volume to the upside, right? Where we want to see an increase in volume in a stair-step, in a stair-like manner, basically, right? So it has to look like stairs. That's all it has to do, right? I did not want a big jump in volume like this today, because there could be a nice volume crash tomorrow. Okay, thank you, Dion. Okay. So anyone have any requests for me tonight before I move on? Ooh, this short didn't go through, huh? Interesting. Anyone? No one? Well, if you guys don't have anything, I'm gonna go over this name here. Let's take these out for now. Move it out of the way. Okay, AMH, American Homes for Rent. So this is a name that was provided weeks ago to my CFO Swing Watch members, and they obviously did pretty well on this one. Okay, I believe it was right here. Okay, I personally did well on this name as well. Great swing trade. I got out at 42 here on this, but obviously we had another big run. I think this is when the markets kind of bounced, if I remember, and especially the defensive sectors all began to make a run for it. But this one here, I'm glad we got out earlier because this one fell off the cliff as well, as the entire defensive sector like real estate decided to sell off with the markets, which was kind of interesting to see. But now that it's sold off back into the critical level of support, and where is the support? Well, it's around 37.50 to around 38. Okay, and guess what? Now that we came back down to the support, the price hasn't gone anywhere. Okay, the price hasn't gone to anywhere since, I would say, early June of last year. Right? So around this time of the year, right, the price is still back to the same price as it was back in June and May. All right. So, this consolidation that we're seeing so far is huge, right? And there's a good possibility that we can have another range swing trade where we can buy off of the support. So today might have been a great entry, but tomorrow we have earnings, right, after hours. So obviously an entry today is not a good idea, and earnings reactions tomorrow can completely offset and make this pattern or this consolidation that we've had so far ineligible, right? So I think there's a good chance that we can see a nice run up if we didn't have earnings, because, well, like I said, earnings is going to completely negate this consolidation if it decides to move down or decides to break all the above to all-time highs. Who knows, right? Anything can happen with earnings. But if we did not have earnings, okay, hypothetically here, I would say a nice break above the high today of, today's candlestick, which will be PHOD tomorrow, right? Previous high today based on tomorrow, on tomorrow's perspective, right? We should see a nice run up again, back towards 39.50, right? And if we're able to break above that resistance, then we can possibly head back to 43.86, right? Because this 43.86-ish right here, I think, is proving to be a very, very solid level of resistance. I mean, we've had solid double top chart pattern here, right? And we got that follow through, right, where we broke to the downside. But if we're able to come back above it and retest it again somewhere around here, right, as we just, continue to move up and down and, eventually retest it, right, it can either be a nice triple top, which will obviously be another bearish chart pattern, or we can actually finally break above to new all-time highs, and it'll be great because, in the next few weeks and months, and that's right, I'm waiting for consolidation for the next few months on this name. There's a possibility that we can see another retest of this 43.86-ish price level and possibly break into new all-time highs towards the 50s. Okay, if you take a look at the weekly time frame, right, great flagging action, great consolidation as well after a nice euphoric run since in the teens here, since March 2020 lows. Okay, so this one, right, has a lot more room to move, in my opinion, right? There's a lot more room to move here. So far, great consolidation. If we see the next few weeks and months of consolidation, even better, right? Even better, because that means the price wants to stick to these prices here, these all-time high price ranges, right? And so that's telling us, and that will tell us so far, right, that the price really wants to break above to all-time high prices. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so the next one I want to look at is wheat. Right, so this is literally the wheat fund, the commodity wheat, like rice, sugar cane, etc. And this one ended on a very good high note. Well, every single name ended up on a nice note. right? But this one has been making a flag here, nice bullish flag or nice bullish pennant, right? And if you guys don't know what the difference is for a flag and a pennant, well, flag is this, a rectangular flag, okay? And a pennant is this, right? Where we have a triangular formation for the flag, okay? Very simple. So this is your textbook bull flag, and this is a variation of a bull flag, right? Okay, so we have our flagpole right here, and then the pennant flag right here, right? And now we've been respecting this descending level of resistance trend line for multiple days. We've been constantly tagging this and retesting this resistance multiple times, right? And do you know what this tells me? Well, the price wants to break above and break out. That's what it's telling me, right? So, you know, it's incredibly, crucial that this price continues, well, to stay near this resistance. And it's also been using 10.90-ish to be a nice horizontal resistance level as well. So if we're able to break above 10.90 and eventually $11, I expect us to move to my first profit target of $12 here. Okay, so make sure you guys are watching wheat, because this is a really good setup. I'm seeing so many good setups in the whole commodity sector as well and industry. So wheat is just one of them, right? Out of the many that are out there. And it's a very boring name. It hardly moves, right? It moves like what? Average like 15-20 cents per day, right? So obviously a very low energy, low beta stock. And it's not going to provide a lot of excitement. So if you guys want to, see a nice, big percentage runner, wheat is not even it's not the name to be looking at, right? But wheat especially will be a great name if you're looking for nice, slow gains, all right? I mean, it's a very slow mover. So if you want that, hey, wheat is here for you. All right. So the last thing that I want to go over before I sign off here, okay? Actually, let me do 3 more names actually here. Lucid. Okay, so Lucid is incredibly crazy here because, well, if you take a look at the weekly time frame. And Dion, if you're still here, I think it was you that traded Lucid. I think. I don't know if it was you, but my apologies if it wasn't you. But Lucid here, it looks like a crazy pump and dump stock, literally. And if there's another big catalyst on Lucid, there's a good possibility that we can see another run up again, where we retest maybe the 45 levels, okay, 45 to around 49 levels, right? Where we start making, well, lower highs, right? Since we did that 2 times already here, right? So why not the 3rd time, right? So if you have good consolidation at this bottom here with a solid area of support that we've been holding so far, and it's around $17 to around $18 is our solid area of support here. So this is the line in the sand. If we break this, then we push out all the sellers that are present right on this candlestick, okay, on January 11th on this week, okay? So that's it for the stock then. We just completely flush, and there's a chance that we can come down to the single digits here, right, to new all-time lows. But based on this week's action, we're finally getting a nice bounce again at this line in the sand support level around $17 to $18. And we're seeing some good buying coming in. And it seems like the sellers have capitulated last week. How do we know this? Well, there's increase in volume, right? This could usually mean sellers are closing out the positions, and that could have increased the volume here. So if you go back to the daily time frame, right, we're starting to kind of curl upwards, right? And the next big level of resistance around $22. And we have earnings though, right? We have earnings tomorrow. So, if earnings are really bad, and Lucid is still a very early EV company, and also they're the premium EV company, right? They have their cars. I think the average price is like what, like $165, right? 165,000, excuse me, and that's almost more expensive than a Mercedes S Class, right? A Mercedes-Benz S Class, I think the starting price, the base package, is I think around $150, right? So 150K. So that's way more expensive than Mercedes-Benz S Class. The S550 is what I'm referring to. So for Lucid, they're the premium end electric vehicles, and only the rich people will be buying that, like the really rich people who really want to go clean and green with their cars, right? So Lucid here looks very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you said I've seen the Lucid store around, but I have yet to see one on the streets. Exactly, right? So I believe Lucid has started to send out cars, but people have been saying, oh, Lucid could be the next competitor for Tesla. Well, every single EV has been called the next competitor for Tesla, but guess what? Tesla is still beating them with delivering, right? And the deliveries numbers are way higher, and they're seeing constant growth in the sales for Tesla, right? So the demand is there for Tesla, and the deliveries are there for Tesla, while these other EV companies aren't doing both at all much yet. So Rivian, Lucid, and etc. All those other EV companies, they still have a long way to go before they catch up with Tesla. So who knows? Their earnings might be somewhat surprising, but I doubt that they beat either on revenue or even earnings expectations. So we'll see. But Dion, good point. Yeah, I haven't yet to see one on the streets. I have seen, fun fact though, I have seen Rivian trucks. Okay, I've seen Rivian trucks, but I think Rivian's doing slightly better because of the huge backing that they have, like Amazon. They're able to actually deliver their cars. But yeah, Lucid, they still have to manufacture and deliver the cars for their orders. And I believe they're backlogged on their orders as well, which is not a bad thing. So it's not a bad thing, but they just have to carry out their orders and deliver them on time. Dion, you said you're watching Apple. Oh, thank you. So I guess this will be our second to last ticker here. Apple. Thank you very much. Actually, I make this the last ticker since we are hitting that 30-minute mark. Oh yeah, look at that. So tech rose above, I think QQQs were up more than 3% today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're up 3.38%. That's huge, right? Very good percentage run. Okay. So Apple obviously has a huge weight on SPY and is also a tech name. It got a big push thanks to the overall markets, right? And it reached my level of resistance around 166.50. Oh wow, we're 2 cents away from my level. Look at that. All right. So let me actually clear some of these intraday levels. So if you guys are wondering why I have so many levels on Apple, these are all my 15-minute and 5-minute levels that I was using beforehand. And I was looking at Apple. So let's actually clear some levels here that are not significant. This one's not significant as well. This was not significant too. Okay, so that's a lot better on a daily. So 166.50, right? This was the level of resistance. And Dion, good luck trading tomorrow. But I will set an alert for you too. Okay, just for my sake as well. I'll do once per bar. Or once per minute, let's see. Okay, so if we see a nice break above 166.50 tomorrow, there's a huge amount of sellers here. Okay, above 166.50. How do I know this? Well, right here. Right here. Right here. Right? Multiple points here, multiple areas that are telling me that there's a lot of sellers around 166.50. If you go above it, you see heavy amount of sellers. But thanks to today's actions, right, and the burst in volume that we got from buyers today, there's a possibility that we can actually push out multiple sellers that have been present at this time. Okay, around this area from 166.50 to around 171. Okay, so that's kind of my resistance range here, supply range. Okay, so if I were to kind of visualize this as well better for myself and for you all, rectangle, this entire area here, okay, is filled with sellers. All right, so if we're able to break above 166.50 tomorrow and hold above 167, there's a good chance that we can completely push out all the sellers here, okay, as we did the previous times. How do we know this? Well, here we go again, guys. Here we go again. How do I know that we've pushed out the sellers in the past 2 times? Right here and right here. Okay, simple, right? We pushed out the sellers that were here, that are present here, do this action, and then we pushed out the sellers that are present here, do this action. So who knows? We might be able to push out the sellers by going up higher tomorrow, right? So with this candlestick, right, we can expect another candlestick like this tomorrow, right? This one right here, where our mouse cursor is. Okay, so watch out for that, Dion, tomorrow. We can have another huge day in the markets if we continue to the upside, right? So that's kind of your levels to watch out for. If you want any intraday levels, Dion, let me see. 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so there's a good chance we come back down to 164 for level support. So retest of support if we decide to come all the way back down tomorrow. But any clear levels that we could see here, maybe 165 could be a level that can be formed tomorrow, right, as support if you decide to flag underneath 166.50. But I would wait until we see another retest back down to 164. Okay, so that's kind of my personal opinion there if you want to go long on Apple. But hey, who knows? We might just retest 165 and just shoot right back up and go start heading up into 167, 168, and hopefully back towards that 171 resistance, where we saw that a lot of sellers coming in at 171. Okay, so who knows? We might just continue to push out the sellers tomorrow that are all present on the supply area right here. All right. So Dion, that's your analysis for Apple there. All right. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you all for joining as usual. I really appreciate you guys for taking time out of your night to really join me and out of your sleep, really. I know people like to sleep early, so if you guys are here just to watch me, I mean, thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, that really means the world to me if you guys are doing that. It's incredible that you guys are, yearning to learn from me, yearning to know what could be the next great trade for you all. And, hopefully we can all make some good money after every single live stream. So, Dion, I know you've been making money, so good job. All right, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be doing another live tomorrow around the same time. I actually had a little bit of a hiccup today with the time because something came up, but still I think I did my live. I started my live around like 7:50, so about 20 minutes off from the starting time. But I apologize about that. But something did come up and I couldn't tell you guys all. But hopefully I can go live at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. All right, so thank you all for watching. All right, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Good luck on trading tomorrow. See you guys on the next live stream. Have a good night.